Hello everyone, we are from Leo Club of University of Colombo. Our official newsletter, Our Essence, has taken a new initiative called Detect and Correct. So, in this new segment, we are focusing on debatable and important topic series, which are not commonly discussed in the day-to-day life. And the most important factor is that you all can watch this via YouTube, as we are linking the two platforms together to give a better experience for the audience. So, making the second step of this debatable topic series, today we are here to talk on a crucial matter in the Sri Lankan context: mental health and suicide prevention. Suicide prevention is an important topic, and also the World Suicide Prevention Day is an awareness day which is on 10th September every year. Moreover, still Sri Lanka has one of the most highest suicide rates in the world. On the other hand, mental health is the physical and most importantly psychological well-being of a person. So, to talk on that, we are here with Mr. Ranil Prasad Tilakaratne, who is the manager of CCC movement. So, welcome sir. So, to talk in depth in this subject matter, we are here with Mr. Ranil Prasad Tilakaratne, who is the manager of CCC movement. Sir, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay sir, so let's start to detect and correct. So to start off, could you please give us a brief introduction of yourself and the movement and the contribution which is done from your society or the movement to the society?
Well, as you said, my name is Ranil Tilakaratne. I'm the manager of CCC Line. CCC Foundation started from 2003, and we have two projects under CCC Foundation. CCC stands for Courage, Compassion and Commitment. The two projects are, one is called CCC House, which is a 194 transit home next to Apeksha Hospital, where anyone from anywhere in the island can come who are outpatients who visit Apeksha Hospital can get free accommodation. So all the facilities we give there are free of charge. Of course, we don't give medicine, we don't give medical attention, but all the other facilities are free for adults and children. Our second project is CCC Line, which is 1333. 1333 is a toll-free helpline, which is a crisis support service. We started in 2009, and now we've come on a long journey for 10 years. We are a 24-hour service in all three languages. Every call is confidential and non-judgmental. Anyone from anywhere in the country can call us and talk to a trained crisis supporter, and we are available to listen to them and support them. So generally, like I said, the call is free, right, and it's 100% confidential, which is very important, and in all three languages. And right now we are 24 hours. So that is what 1333 does.
Okay sir. So we all know that both physical and mental well-being is important to lead a healthy life. So sir, as you think, is mental health is more important than physical health, or both are equally important? What's your opinion?
Well, both are equally important. You can't live without the other. So a question that I always ask is, now if we are physically ill, if we have a stomach ache or a headache, or if we fall and hurt ourselves, or if our chest is paining, what do? We go to a doctor, right? We go to a doctor, and in this age and time we might even take a photograph and put it on Facebook, and we like to see what happens, and we are open about it, right? We tell our friends, we say, I went to see a doctor, right? So we do that when we have a physical ailment. But when we have an ailment that is mental, right? If we have something that is psychological, if I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling anxious, I'm worried, then what do? We don't talk about it. We don't go and seek help. Why? Because there's a stigma attached to it. Right? So it is very important not only your physical health but your mental health also, because today WHO says that 2 out of 5 people in the world have some sort of mental problem. Now when we say mental problem, we as soon as we think of mental problem, we think this person is mad or pissu, right? That is not the case. Right? You can go through a worry, you can have anxiety, right? And you can even for that moment you can be depressed. So you don't have to think, if I go and talk to someone or if I go and seek help, will I be judged? And that is the worry why people don't talk about or get help for mental issues. But as you said, mental health and physical health both are extremely important. Mental well-being is very important.
So our day-to-day life, we hear many tragic stories, news actually, so saying that people choose the option of ending their life as an option of getting rid of their problems. So rather we say committing suicide. So as your view, so what's the actual definition of suicide, or why do people think that this as an option?
Well, first we try not to say committing suicide. Because we would like to commit to life, yes. Right? But we say they died by suicide. One of the reasons we believe from our experience at 1333 is because people resort to ending their life by suicide is because they don't have the proper help. We always think that this person didn't talk to us. For example, if somebody, not only suicide, see, what we need to clear is suicide is just the tip of the iceberg. Right? Now you know the iceberg, right? You see a certain percentage of the iceberg above the water. But underneath, you have bullying, financial issues, relationship issues, anxiety, depression, mental health, physical health, loneliness, a lot of problems underneath. So all these problems, or maybe 2 or 3 of these problems, exam pressure, peer pressure, all that. So all of these, bottles up, and the end product, the end result is suicide, right? Because at that level, when it's under the water, nobody reaches out for help, number one. Right? Number 2, even if they give you invitations or give you hints, people don't pick it up. The reason is because people are not educated. Right? Now, one classic example is when we all talked about HIV. Let's talk about HIV, Corona. Right? What we are going through now. Everybody was so scared. But today we are all going around doing our own thing. What did we do? We took precautions. We washed our hands, kept social distancing, wore our mask, and we are okay, right? We are one of the countries that are doing very good, right? While much more developed countries are going through a crisis. Why? Because we were educated. We were told what to do. We were told not to be afraid, right? We were told that this is a global pandemic, right? This is not only affecting me. So same way, if we talk about mental health, if we talk about mental illness, about suicide, people are going to be more open to talk about it. So one of the main reasons why people end their life by suicide is because they don't have to talk about it. We have spoken to a lot of fortunate survivors who have cried out for help, right, after attempting suicide. Why? Because everybody wants to live, right? I can't remember that famous guru said, if you think you want to die, right, hold your breath for 1 minute, right, or 2 minutes, hold your breath, right? What does your body say? Forget about everything, breathe. Your body inside it says breathe, breathe. Because you inside you want to live. The reason why people take this kind of steps is because they don't have someone to talk to. And we always say, talk about your problems. We say, go to someone, talk to either a friend, someone you trust, a teacher, a lecturer, your parents, somebody. Same way, we need to tell the other side. You need to be available to listen. Now, if somebody comes and talks to you, if I come and talk to you, if you're not going to listen, whom am I going to talk to? Right? A lot of the time, suicide can happen, or even somebody can face a problem because there is nobody to listen to. The moment somebody will go and talk to someone, they'll say, Pissuda, oh mate, I went through the same thing, don't worry, it will get better. That is not what they want to listen to. They want to be heard. Right? So same way why we encourage people to talk, go outside and talk, we also encourage people to listen. Right? And that is why we get over 100 calls a day. Somebody would rather call a stranger whom they don't know and talk about their innermost problems is because they don't have people to listen, who listen to them.
Okay, so how is that mental health and suicide correlates? Thing is, how can we find a person who has a mental problem? Sometimes they would say that they are depressed. Sometimes they are silent, and there are a group of people who are totally unaware of it. So how can we find these people?
That's a very good question. See, number one, we need to understand that people who die by suicide are all not going through a mental problem. And everyone who goes through a mental problem does not die by suicide. And people think that, oh no, if I have a mental problem, my life is over. Life is not over, right? I can give you example after example, but two examples I'll give you. One is my chairman, Mr. Jetha Devapura. He suffered from OCD, right? Suffered for a long time. And what he did was, he channeled that energy from OCD, channeled it and started doing something good, right? Now, because of that focus, because he had the gift of planning and carrying out things, he started a great charity which is helping thousands of people in the country, right? I suffered from OCD, okay, and that I channeled again into planning, right? One of my greatest talents, gifts is planning, right? I'm a very good planner. So when you have people like Deepika Padukone who went through depression, right? Miss World, right? Current Miss World, right? So there are a lot of people who have come out of it, or even who live with it. So your life can continue. Okay. So how we can find out a person or know about a person is, number one, if we know about a person, we will get scared. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a psychologist. How do I help them? I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to be a counselor. You just need to be a friend, right? Most of the time, people, there are myths, right? If we talk about suicide, someone might attempt suicide. That is not true, right? People who talk about suicide don't attempt suicide. That is also not true, right? Most of the time, anyone who's going through a problem, you will see a change in them. Right? They are withdrawn. Their diet changes. Either they eat little or they eat more, right? Or they sleep less or they sleep more. They, like I said, they withdraw themselves from company, right? If someone who's working or in school, you see changes in their work. They start getting late to office. They are messy with their work. They don't do their homework. They are thinking a lot. The way they appear, they are before now. Because see, what we need to understand is how you can spot a person is in your own circle. You can't see someone on the road and go and ask, "Are you okay?" No, right? But in your own circle, your friend, you will see someone who is jovial, who used to come and say, "Come, let's go and have lunch." Suddenly change. Now doesn't go out for lunch with you, doesn't come and have a chat with you. So then you see the difference, right? Drug and alcohol abuse, right? Carelessness. So things like that happens. So then you need to talk to them, right? But talk to them with the intention of listening, right? So not talk and say, "Don't worry, you will be okay, I will help you, let's..." No. Are you okay? I've been friends for some time. I've seen a change in you. Are you okay? The first time they might not jump and say, "Yes, I have a problem, help me, I'm going through a marriage problem or relationship problem or financial." No. First they might say no, but give it a little time. Ask them again, and eventually they'll open up. They are not opening up is because they don't have the confidence of talking to someone, because they will be judged. we have done so many surveys, and the number one issue people don't talk to another person is because the fear of being judged. Right? If you come and tell me a problem, we are very good at labeling people. No, like I said before, issue. Right? No, that is not. I mean, if we can talk about a headache, if I can come and ask you for a Panadol or for a vitamin C, right? Why can't I ask you, tell you, I just can't handle this work pressure, right? Because they are afraid to talk. And a good example I'll give you is, say we have a nail on a wall. If we stand very close to that, right, we'll only see a black dot. But the moment we start walking away from it, then we see the nail clearly. Then we see what is around. Then if you walk a little more further, then you see the bigger picture. Right? So by talking to someone and by someone listening, that is what happens. They will walk away from the problem. Right? So don't worry if you need to talk to someone, how to identify, don't worry about it. Right? Because like I said, you don't have to be a counselor. Right? You just have to be a person willing to listen. How to identify is if they are withdrawn, if their habits have changed, you will see them. And sometimes they also say things. I'm fed up of life. Nothing is worth living. What's the point of living? What is the point of all this? Right? So they also give out invitations. They won't say, tomorrow I am going to die. They won't say that. But they will give you small invitations. Then you need to identify those.
So sir, the next point would be, how can we deal with a person who is having a mental issue? I think there's a probability for them to end their life by suiciding. So in that kind of situation, how can we help that person as a concerned citizen?
Like I said, number one is to identify. And to there is another myth that people attempt suicide or die by suicide to get attention. That is a myth, right? It's not because they want attention, it's because they have no other resource. That they see that as the final solution, right? A friend once told me that suicide is a permanent answer to a temporary problem. Right? Why are you looking for a permanent answer to a temporary problem? Haven't we had problems from day one? Right? We have had problems and we have come this far. Right? And in certain problems we have spoken to someone. Right? So what we can do is, number one is listen to people. Don't judge. Right? I have had people saying, if they are going to die, if they are going to die, let them die. No. Right? As humans, it is our responsibility to help other humans. That is why we are humans. Right? We have another initiative through 1333, through CCC line called Let's Talk. Let's Talk is letting everyone talk safely. Right? And talk is TALK is tell, acknowledge, listen, and keep in touch. So if we follow those 4 steps, right? If you see the telltale signs in someone, right? Go and talk to them, acknowledge it, right? And say, hi, how are you? I've seen you are different, right? Is everything okay? And then if they share it with you, acknowledge it. Thank you for sharing it. And you're so courageous to share it. It's amazing, right? Don't say, like we shared before, right? And so you see the telltale signs, you acknowledge it, and you listen, right? Not do we say talk, the TALK we have broken into words, listen, right? And then once you listen to the person, once the person starts opening up, keep in touch. And maybe, like I said, maybe you can ask the person, shall we see someone? I will come with you. Right? There are a lot of services in Sri Lanka. One is 1333. Right? One advantage in 1333 is, of course, we are only a crisis support service on telephone. right? But when you call 1333, and if you want to meet someone, we will give you a referral, right? So every call, if they need to take it beyond that, 1333 will give you a referral. So you can take your friend or your neighbor or whoever and meet. Go and, there is Sumitri, Damriv, Shanti Margam, there are a lot of other organizations, even NIMH, right? You can go and meet a counselor, okay, and be there with them. So it's very easy.
We live in a country where people are very reluctant to talk on these issues straightly. So there's a gap to be filled. We as individuals, what can do to make a positive impact in this subject matter?
Like I said earlier, we need to talk about it. Like what you all are doing now, it's a great initiative by young people, right? Some people say, you all don't know what you all are doing. Actually, you all know more than what we think. And things like this need to happen. I know many young organizations which are started and run by young people like yours. So this is a great initiative. You need to get people talking about it. Like I said, like HIV, like Corona, like TB, right? Like leprosy. Right? We were scared because we didn't know what it is. But you need to talk about it. You need to educate people. You need to educate the police. You need to educate the medical services. You need to educate the teachers. You need to educate people, the main first responders, and talk about it. So the more you talk about it, the more people will get to know about it, and it will be a normal thing, right? I mean, before people were scared of TB, right? People were scared of leprosy. There were colonies, but today there is medicine. So same way with mental illness. If you are having a headache, like I said before, you go to a doctor. If you have a mental issue, if you're feeling drained out, if you're feeling depressed or anxiety or anxious, talk to someone, right? So we need to talk and we need to listen, right? And make it open conversation. So things like this are very important. So I mean, a lot of respect and a lot of gratitude for what you all are doing.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, as you said, we know that CCC Line is doing a great job in society to solve this problem. So, could you please tell us now what are the future plans, and are there any possibility for us to take in part and contribute for those?
Definitely. So, like I said, CCC Line, the number is 1333. It's a free call, toll-free line. We work 24 hours a day in all 3 languages, and it's 100% confidential, right? We don't take any personal details. So you can share the number with people. You can share it on Facebook, you can share it on Instagram, social media. The reason why I tell you to share it is not that people will call us, but people need to know that there is a place where they can get help. In case, we always encourage, first talk to a friend, talk to a family member, talk to your peers, a religious leader. Failing which, talk to 1333, right? And like I said, we are available. So our future plan is we are planning on coming out with an app also called 1333 Chat, right? Which will help people who don't want to call us. Also, we are coming out with our 7th consecutive year. We are having the Bikeathon, which is a 1,333 kilometer ride in 13 days, covering 13 main cities in Sri Lanka. We start from 29th August and we go on till 10th September, which is World Suicide Prevention Day, which you are also part of. And we start from Independence Square and end from Independence Square. During this ride, we create awareness about the line and about the services in Sri Lanka. You can also visit us on our website, which is www.1333.lk, right? And you can volunteer, you can support, you can donate on that. Plus, on the 10th of September, we are having a walk. This walk, it's unique because it's initiated by Let's Talk. We are calling it Let's Talk and Walk, and it will be an international walk. So there are many countries around the world that will join us on the 10th of September in different times. And also in Sri Lanka, Rotaract Club, some of the Leo clubs, Rotary Club, Interact Club, some other organizations are joining us for the walk, where they will walk on the 10th of September from different cities. So in their city they will have a walk, right? And the walk in Colombo will be from Galle Face to Independence Square. Details will be on our website, and our Facebook page is CCC Foundation on Facebook and on Instagram. So follow us and spread the word. Talk to people, talk to someone about your problems. Don't be afraid. If you don't have someone to talk to 1333. And listen to people, right? Listen to someone who's going to talk, because you might be the last person they'll talk to. So it's very important to listen to people. And once again, I want to thank the Leo Club for doing this, right, from the University of Colombo. Great initiative. I'm so happy to see young people taking this initiative, because unfortunately today in Sri Lanka the highest suicide rate is amongst young people, right? And even the most amount of calls we get are from young people. So thank you for what you're doing, and amazing job. So well done.
Thank you. Hope you all got a clear understanding on this subject matter. So till we meet with another episode, let's work together. Detect and correct. Thank you.